Alright guys, what's up? Here we are with a deck from CJC. We're going to be playing some original Beefwall. That is of course the Chem Troopers plus the Mutants. Basically all in on the beefy infantry strat. We are going to be doing ladder today. We'll probably do like... usually do about 10 games, 5-10 games, something like that. We'll see how it goes. If the deck is like real bad, I might stop after like, 5 or 6 games, but I think it'll be alright. It's like chems and mutants are pretty strong. It's pretty hard to go too wrong with it. So is this the OG Beefwall? This is not the like original deck that we called Beefwall. I think that deck had Stealth Tank in it, but it's the original Beefwall thing was chems and mutants together. That was the combo. Having these two beefy boys up front doing all the work.
We interrupt this stream to bring you this important message. Money.
Thank you for the money, Liquid Ocean. Love it. Alright, anyway, we're opening this. So this is my biggest problem with this deck. We open wheels. And then we have wheels and bikes, and that's it. And we have to immediately switch to Hand of Nod, basically, to actually get access to some units. But then the Hand of Nod units are all fucking expensive. So it's like, we have to open wheels, and then all we have access to is wheels and bikes. And then we have to open this barracks, but we haven't got enough money to actually build anything from it. So I'm not 100% sure what you can really do to fix that, because you don't want to play militants, I don't think. Although maybe you could play militants, but quad infantry deck is a bit wild. So you probably don't want to play militants. So it's kind of just really hard to solve the problem. Like, I'm not sure what you're meant to do there to fix that. But yeah, opening wheels, and then, I mean, look at this. Like, this guy's tech switched into his Pitbull and gone to attack my Harvester because of how long it takes me to do anything at all. Like, it takes me so long to respond to simply him making some missile troops. He's like, oh, I'm bored now. I'm going to, like, get on with other stuff. I'm going to go and attack his Harvester. Because it's been so long of nothing happening. Anyway. We're going to lose the Harv, I think. I think it's best just to let it go as well. Maybe we can save it, but it might just be best to let it go. The problem with going quad inf, of course, is, like, he's going snipers. He could just spam a bunch of snipers if we were a quad inf deck. And that would also suck, so... this is kind of why no one really plays the chems plus mutants. It is kind of a mess. He's making that orca to go get my Harvester, I assume. Because he is a gentleman of culture. He understands how the game functions. He understands that if he wants to win the game of Rivals, he must kill this Harvester. It is the only way to win the game. And there it is. The Harvester is down. His chances of winning have gone up by 850%. Previously he was at 0.000001%. But now he has a realistic chance of winning with that plus 850%. But yeah, he's gonna probably need to kill another one at least if he really wants to. If he really wants to lock this game down, he's gonna need at least one more Harvester kill. Although it looks like he's let's say he's content with one. He spent the whole first 2 minutes of the game trying to kill that Harvester. Now that he's got one Harvester kill under the belt, it looks like he's content. He's like, that's it. I've killed one Harvester. I've already won the game. No need to go crazy and try and kill a second one when I've already finished the game. Like, 1-0 to me. We're already done here. Ah, but sadly he won no missiles. Oh, hang on. Hang on, the game's still going. I thought I won already. Alright, hang on. There we go. What a palaver. What a palaver, man. Alright, there we go. Now I think I've won the game. Okay, cool. But he did get my Harvester. And that's what truly matters. That's what truly matters. Alright, so Satanus asks, isn't it a bit awkward to have to go into air tower to fight heavy air? Wouldn't Stank be better? And my response to that is yes. I believe that Stank would in fact be better. Alright, so we need to like not get wrecked by missiles in the early game. In fact, maybe we even want stall to buy us more time to get to Chem Warriors. So I think we're okay with this. We're just going to chill for now. Oh, he's actually moved off the pad. I'm gonna stall. Where is he going? I don't... Okay, whatever. Whatever. So I'm gonna make these chems, but then this Pitbull is obviously also gonna be an issue. I don't understand this. I don't understand this opening where he has sent missiles to my base. I don't understand what the point in that was. This gentleman is also a man of culture and understands as well that, of course, the Harvester is the win condition of rivals. And therefore, every unit he makes must, in fact, attack the Harvester. Except for that first one that attacked the base. Seems like he got a little confused there. The second he thought the base was the win condition. When, of course, everyone who actually plays rivals knows it is, in fact, the Harvester. But it's alright. He's figured it out now. His Pitbull is on the Harvester instead of on the pad during the missile firing. So now he is back. He's figured out the Harvester is, of course, the win condition. But only one of them. You kill one Harvester, that's how the game works. You kill one of them, and then you've won the game. And what you do from then on doesn't really matter. So people just kind of stop playing after they've got that one Harvester kill. But that one first Harvester kill is critically important to their success. Here it is. Missiles are going for the half. Can he get it? Does he win the game? No! The missiles die just before the game ends. Unfortunate. So the game will continue. This Pitbull is trying to make its way over there. Can he do it? It's so close. Oh, there it is. The victory is his. PCGZ has done it, everyone. They said it was impossible, but he has proven them wrong. He has, in fact, won the game without winning a single missile. The doubters did not believe it could be done. But here we are. Alright, anyway, back to the actual game. I'm gonna boost this and kill these shocks. And then this Pitbull that's on my base does nothing, obviously. So I'm just gonna win the game here. I'm gonna use these nuclear missiles as my win condition, as opposed to the Harvester. And once again, it has proven successful.
You are victorious. 3, 2, 1. New objective available. Harvester ready.
Dogs? Okay. I'm on board with dogs.
Unit ready.
Gonna brain 'em. Boyka ready to roll. Missiles will smash 'em. No problem.
Oh, we only got 2 missiles off. What the hell, bikes?
Unit ready.
Your launchers will bust through it. Missiles will smash 'em. Missiles will smash 'em. Gonna brain 'em.
Yeah, you really never want to be the one chasing in the Pitbull versus bike matchup. You want to be the one who's stationary as much as possible.
Boyka earning rubber.
Alright, so I'm not gonna block this pad because I don't care if he gets onto it because he clearly has no way to get onto the top pad. So I'm not interested in blocking that one. And we can only just get chems now. This really is the biggest weakness of this deck, and it's a huge weakness of all Chem Warrior wheel decks, in my opinion. If you open wheels and the missile is charged aggressively, you don't have time for a Chem Warrior before missiles take the missile, like missile troops and lasers. Like if you open wheels and they open missiles, and they just make like 3 missiles and charge the pads right from the start, you cannot make chems before the missile fires. Or you can't get them to the pads and kill the actual missiles in time. So this has always been a big problem with wheel plus Chem Warrior decks. You kind of have to stall as the wheel Chem Warrior player as much as possible to buy yourself time to get that Chem Warrior out. Which is not ideal. Like in a lot of situations you really don't want to be stalling. Because your deck is not a late game deck either. So yeah, that is definitely a problem. Could you switch wheel for buggy and go half buggy? Yes, I think you could legitimately do that. Not having a 10 cost unit is super sketchy though. And then you like literally are incapable of scouting. If you switch the wheel for a buggy, and then your opponent like bike rushes you, that's really bad. Because then you have to switch into lasers after your buggy, it's just horrible.
3, 2, 1. New objective.
Yosh Jira.
Harvester ready.
My units are in such weird positions. I'm not used to having 3 infantry in my deck.
Unit ready.
Your launches will flash like you're ready to roll. Rev advancing. Your command. Like rolling out. Like a cane. No problem.
This fight's going pretty well for the bikes. The old fire and retreat is OP. Jump jets. Luckily we can go straight into chems because we haven't really made much this game.
Unit offline.
I guess we can go mutants next. Get the wall up, the beefy wall. No, looks like we need to keep making bikes.
Attack by cool. Your command. Revving. Gonna brain 'em. Launches will flash your missiles like a bird. Take a deep breath. Revving the further advancing. Your command.
The upside of this deck is like once you get to the mid or late game, your units are super powerful. Like mutants and chems are both really, really strong. I mean they're expensive, which is why they're strong, but still. This game is kind of one-sided so far. These chems are kind of pooping on my opponent. Doesn't look like he has a great answer to them. He has like talons and dogs, but they're both pretty cheap and low damage, so they don't do a very good job of killing chem warriors and militants again. So yeah, all of his anti-infantry is pretty cheap and low damage, so he's not really ready for expensive infantry like I have. I would like another Chem Warrior to replace this one, but we are pretty pop capped right now. Alright, there we go. Let's actually put these guys on this. I'm going to boost this guy onto the pad. Alright. Pretty convincing victory there for the Chem Warriors. This guy really struggled with Chem Warriors and mutants.
You are victorious. 3, 2, 1. New mission received.
For the crystals.
Building online. Unit ready.
Alright, so we're up against Jade, so we need to be careful of, we need to be a little bit careful of Jade missiles on our Chem Warriors. And if we leave a lot of clouds lying around, that's potentially dangerous. Alright, we'll go and push in here. And like I said, I need to stall, so I'm going to get off these pads.
Unit ready.
I'm going to line these 3 wheels up so he can't really walk in. He'll probably have to tech switch, but I'm going to tech switch as well into chems.
Unit ready.
Yeah, here come the bikes. I'm not super invested in keeping these wheels around, like I'd rather have the pop cap. Oh, Chem on Chem crime. He has Chem Militant, I have Chem Wheel. That should give me a small advantage in the Chem Warrior mirror. Oh, there's a missile. There's a back out. And then we'll get some more chems. He spent a lot of money on that missile, like a lot. I don't think there's any way it could possibly have been worth it. Because he also killed off his own chems. Like, there weren't many left, but still. It was a unit that I had to chew through. This is kind of why Jade isn't good, you know? Like, pretty much in a nutshell, this is why Jade isn't good. I thought bikes survived the shade volley. Okay, well, that was surprising. I thought those bikes were going to live. I guess he had 1 missile left over when I flew over there. Yeah, I guess he must have had 1 missile left over when I went over. Because the shade reloaded and killed them, which was surprising. Shade is definitely an advantage in the matchup. Shade is just good versus Nod. I don't really have a good answer to Shade either. Like, Phantom is not great because it's a bit overpriced, honestly. Well, I guess Shade's a 70 now, so maybe it's not so bad.
Phantom away, setting up by attack run. Setting up by attack. Flush their dial. EM Phantom. Wait, no, just Phantom ready to engage. Phantom ready to revving.
Looks like he's going to try and Jade Missile on my base. No surprises there.
Boyka ready to roll. Red for Kane. Your command missiles. Boyka ready. Boyka ready.
Our base is under attack.
Your command.
Unit ready. Unit offline. Enemy catalyst nuclear weapon launched.
Yeah, it's not insane damage to the base anymore.
Boyka, no, just take a deep breath. Returning.
But knowing Crazy P, he is probably going to try and just ram units at my base for the rest of the game. Just gotta decide if I need a Phantom or not. I think I do, given how many shades he's making. They're all going to come towards my base as well. I don't think I have enough pop cap to ever get another Phantom. Well, I mean, face killing isn't good anymore, so the way that goes. Smurs. Yeah, I really don't like the opening in this deck. Like, the opening wheels into sort of having to wait for ages to do anything but wheels and bikes is a real feels bad. That's my biggest issue with this deck at the moment. I really hope I shot the bikes. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm really far behind now. Alright, this block gets me back in it. Because he had to shoot my wheels there. Alright, cool. Tank? Yeah, I guess we're going laser because we don't have enough for a mutant. He has to go with something to counter laser next, so there's no reason to go mutant because he's already going to be making something that counters infantry. Although maybe mutant just for the raw power would be good here. Yeah, there's the flames. Alright, that's what I was worried about. So I'm gonna make it. Oh, I was meant to be a Chem warrior. I just missed it. That is really unfortunate. Yeah, I just had to basically suicide that guy, which sucked. I think I threw the missile by making that mutant, honestly. It's gonna be pretty tough to come back from that. Maybe we can just wheel spam long enough. He also made a tank, which makes no sense. Like, I guess he made the tank to fight wheel, but that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, he might have thrown it right back at me. I definitely threw it with a mutant build, but then he threw it right back with that tank. Which is equally as wasteful. Like, my mutant was 60, his tank was 70, and neither of them did anything. You don't want to make a tank to fight wheels, you just make some bikes, right? And then you have enough money for flames, but he couldn't make flames for ages, because he made a tank. I think I need to boost this Chem warrior because I kind of need it to kill both these flamers. I mean, it did okay. Like, they are both gonna die. But yeah, you can see I'm at 0 money. If I need to go, like, into anti-air here, there's just no way I could possibly do it, because it's 150 to switch into anti-air. Even just fighting this many flamers is a problem. I have to start using wheels instead, because I'm too low on money. And then, of course, the tank has Raider, which makes it very good at countering the wheels and defending the flames. And this is why you normally play a Raider unit with the mutants or with the chems. Like, normally you play tank chem or mutant chuggy. It's really unusual to have mutant chem. Basically, Raider is just super strong, so not playing Raider is mildly insane, is what it comes down to. Like, you want one of your units to Raider whilst the other one stands still and has lots of hit points. So we're going to need another mutant. I think we're going to boost it as well, because this tank is dangerous. Alright, I need to block this tank out. And I need to get chems on these flames. Alright, now we're going to send the bikes over here, force him to be the one that's blocking. Ah, he didn't see it, so we get on for free. Oh, missed that block. Alright, we'll boost this guy because we need more time. Bring this over here. Okay, I think we'll win the missile now. Yeah, there it is. Ah, let's go, let's go. See you later, Smurs. Tough game though, tough game. Alright, so of course wheel opening. We need to move the wheels up here, otherwise his dogs could potentially block me. So we need to like block his dogs a little bit, make sure they don't block the half. That's the kind of thing that like it's a small thing, but if you don't do it, you can get really far behind really early on. Like if those dogs start blocking the half, then the game becomes like so much harder because it becomes about stopping him blocking your half, and you lose a bunch of money because of it. It's just, yeah, it's a nightmare. So it's a small thing, but it's really important to do. Pitbull? Sure, man. We'll set up some defensive bikes. He's probably going to tech switch now. Yep. No surprises there. We get a free shot on the Pitbull there. It's pretty nice. And because we had some stall, we're at like 51 seconds. The missile could have already fired if it had been charged, but it was not. So we have time to get these chems out. Take out this Pitbull by double teaming it with the bikes. I don't know if we have time to kill these dogs. I'm going to have to boost these bikes and hope... Oh wow, he just let me on the pad. That's definitely a misclick. He was trying to block and mess it up. Alright, should be able to get the missile here. Put the chems in the way of these missiles. Alright, cool. Easy. Let's get the Beefwall online. Get rid of these wheels as well. I don't want them anymore. Ooh, snipers. Snipers is going to be really good against our deck, given that we're like an all-infantry deck, basically. Use this bike to maintain priority position. And then get the chems in there. You only need one chem to take out a bunch of snipers, because the cloud is what really does the work. So even if it's only a one-man sniper model, you see I still traded for the snipers. It's not a great trade though, given that it's a chem warrior and a boost. So yeah, it's more of like a you just want to get snipers off the field trade, rather than a efficient economy trade. Sometimes you're looking to make good trades with economy. Sometimes you need tempo trades. To be fair, this early in the game, the tempo trade probably isn't great because the missile's not close to firing at all. So it probably was just a misplay to go for that tempo trade there. But yeah, sometimes like this for example, I can't lose position. If I lose control of the map, then the snipers, I'll never get it back from them. So I have to make this play now. Because if he gets snipers with blockers, it becomes really difficult. Wow, he's just tech switching to a bunch of air. We don't really have any answers to this. Like, we're pop capped on all these mutants and chems, so it is what it is. We're going to boost this bike to try and increase the performance of our anti-air. And we're going to make another one. Now we've lost most of our infantry, we can tech switch into counters to the Talons, which then puts us in a winning position for the missile. If he had something like jump jets, then obviously he can switch back. And that's why jump jet Talon was so strong for so long. But obviously that combo is no longer as good as it was. It's not as quick, so you can't just constantly swap and be on all the pads all the time. Ah, Substance Gyron, the Sweat Lord himself. Just Substance tends to play Chuggy Laser, like, a lot. That's, like, almost always what he's playing. So, to beat that is going to be really difficult. I guess we can go... I actually kind of think there's a chance that he doesn't play any anti-infantry. So it's possible we can just make mutants and win the game by doing that. Like, there's a small chance we can just make only mutants and win the game that way. Also, chems are good versus chem buggy, because it takes chem buggy a long time to kill them. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to make one chem warrior, and then we're going to maybe just spam mutants. That might legitimately be what I do here. Because I do have a feeling that he only plays wheel. Oh, sorry, he only plays chem buggy. Well, he plays like chem buggy and wheel as his anti-infantry. So he actually doesn't have a good answer to mutant at all. The thing is, if you play chem buggy well, you can kind of beat up on mutants with it, sort of. Not really. It's tough. It's definitely a tough matchup. Alright, there goes the chem buggy. There will be another one coming. Yeah, like, this is the problem, right? Is that chem buggy is just too strong. Like, the unit is just obnoxious. But we might go for the make only mutant play and see what happens. But I do have a feeling that he's going to struggle with that. Yeah, he's bringing in laser now because he wants something to tank the mutant for him. Like, that's his plan, is he makes laser and the laser tanks the mutant. And then the chem buggy can come in and kill the mutants. But the more, once we get to just an absurd number of mutants, he's not going to be able to do anything about it anymore. Yeah, look, he's going for the harvester because I think he's a bit desperate. Because he doesn't have an answer to the mutants. And I watched this happen in a tournament game as well. When Lepaka was playing the same deck of Wheel plus Chuggy. Surplus played Mutant Chuggy against him and the classic Mutant Chuggy. And just made only mutants. Yeah, he kind of looks like he's given up a little bit. Alright, there you go. That's how you beat Substance, Gyro in chat. You just make only mutants. And he can't beat them. His deck is unable to beat mutants. He's just rage quit. Classic Substance. Substance is well known for disconnecting. Like, as he's losing games. Feels bad, man. Maybe you should put an answer to mutant in your deck.
Mission accomplished. 3, 2, 1. New mission received.
Jen McPherson. Just want to make sure there's no rush or anything weird. Or dogs heading towards my harvest spot. Yo, what's up, Hitch? I actually want to be stalling because of the previously spoken about issues with lasers coming out. We'll sit here and shoot this and then retreat. Classic bike versus pitbull matchup. The old fire and move. Waiting for him to tech switch, which I imagine will happen soon. I'm going to make one more bike just in case he doesn't tech switch. Although these two one-man bikes, yeah, there it is. These two one-man bikes are a bit of an issue. And we can just about make chems, but I don't think they're going to get there in time. Because even if I get the chems here in time, he's going to have, yeah, he has two jump jets and he can send one of them up top. I'm going to boost and see if that helps. Ah, no, I moved too soon. Yeah, I wasted 30 Tiberium there. So once again, the issue is the same as always, which is just that you cannot really get your chems out in time. Like, I mean, it was kind of my fault for going third bike, but if I hadn't gone third bike, another pitbull would have beaten both my bikes, so... It was kind of an awkward spot to be in, there wasn't a lot of options. Like, I needed another unit to hold pads, but bike was the wrong unit. I could have just gone chem, but then If he just doesn't make, if he just goes for, if he goes for like a Talon, then we get wrecked. So yeah, just preemptively making a unit is usually not great in Rivals, unless you already have a really good unit composition. Like, you can preemptively make a unit if you already have most things covered, and you just have like one gap in your arsenal. Or if you're playing like a combo deck, like a Mutant Chuggy, or Mutant Laser, oh, sorry, a Laser Chuggy, then you already have half of the combo, you can make the other half safely. Alright, we're definitely going to need bites, because he's clearly going to make more Talons. Let the Mutant go around the top. Yeah, we got this missile for sure. Miles ahead right now. The thing about a deck like this is you really do end up spamming a lot of bikes because your opponent is going to make air in response to mutants and chems. That's just going to be their response most of the time. I do think Stealth Tank would be better than Phantom. I've made the Phantom almost 0 times, and I feel like a Stealth Tank, I would make a Stealth Tank against Talons, but I don't really want to make a Phantom against Talons. Because a Stealth Tank you can split shot, and also it hard counters them. Like, you're never going to lose your Stealth Tank to Talons, but a Phantom is not like that. Phantom will only kill one. Will only kill one Talon at a time, and then you might lose it, and that would suck. Like, you might lose it to the things it's meant to be countering, which is the Talons. The reason I've gone for the chems here is because I'm predicting jump jets. Given that that's like his most likely unit that can actually get through what I have. The jump jets probably go up here as well. There's not a lot we can do about that. Yeah, apart from just try and kill them on the way past, which is what we did there. Gonna have to send this guy up here to try and finish these off. Need it to hurry up. Come on, let's go. I was close. Now I need to block here. I missed the block. This needs to kill this. Let's go. Come on. I think I'm dead. Looks like I'm dead. Yeah, I missed some blocks there. That one's on me. I could have won that game. But again, the first missile weakness is a significant issue for this deck. Like, it's really hard to beat the tech switch early on into infantry. Just stuck on a bunch of one-man chems. Alright, your boy Substance again. I could actually just open Mutant. Maybe that's insane though. I think I can just transition into making only mutants. I think I just open normally and then transition into only mutants. Because also, like, on the small chance that he's just changed his deck and now actually has an answer to mutant, I don't want to open mutant. So we're going to do the same thing we did last time, basically. That was stupid of me. Yeah, we're going to do the same thing we did last time, which is we're going to make like one Chem Warrior. And then we're going to start making mutants when he starts making Chuggy. But we just need to get to like past the early game. Because in the early game we're going to suck versus... Oh, he's gone to Chem Warriors. Yeah, see, this is why I didn't want to open just mutant. Alright, so we actually have a pretty close... the matchup is going to look pretty similar, like both decks are going to be pretty samey. Except he has Chem Buggy. Chem Buggy and Chem Warrior is pretty wild. Oh, I didn't mean to move that guy. That's going to kill me. Oh, he has Mutant as well. We're actually like playing almost a mirror match. The difference is probably that I have this Phantom that has no targets. That's probably all the difference there is in our decks. I think I'm dead, man. This looks horrible. This matchup looks bad as well. Like, he has the Chuggy and the Wheels and the Chems. He's got infinite anti-infantry. So my mutants aren't going to win the game. And I don't have that many good answers to his mutants either. So yeah, this like useless Phantom is gonna really suck. Yeah, this is looking really bad. I just have this worthless Phantom in my deck. I don't have a good answer. I don't have a great answer to his Chem Warriors. Like, having to mirror Chems when he has a Chuggy to support is not where I want to be in life. Yeah, I'm just getting wrecked here. This one looks like a... This one looks like a pretty much auto loss. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do on this one. My matchup just seems horrible. I'm so reliant on infantry and he has Chem Buggy. Yeah. I just got wrecked. I don't really know what else could have done there, to be honest. That felt like a really bad matchup. Well, there you go, guys. There's the deck. I could have won the game before this. I definitely misplayed that one. The one against Genmuk first, and I played that one badly. But repeatedly we lose first missile because of... like, we often just lose first missile because of the deck being weak in the early game. Like, really weak in the early game. We repeatedly lost first missile because we just don't have time to go wheels into chems. I don't really see a reason to play the deck at all, either. Like, there's no reason to play Mutant and Chem. Like, infantry is kind of bad in this game. The reason infantry is good at all is because it has a different armor type, which is why lasers are so strong. Because they are a cheap unit that kills vehicles and doesn't die to anti-vehicle fire. That's why they're really good. Like, mutants are really good because they have a lot of hit points and they combo with Chuggy. And chems are good because they have a lot of hit points and combo with tank. They don't combo with each other at all. Like, they are not strong together. So, yeah. There is some Beefwall deck. Wouldn't recommend. It's also horrible versus Inferno. Like, CJ said he plays Phantom instead of Stealth Tank because he keeps running into Inferno, but, like, just don't play this deck. If you run into Inferno a lot, this deck is just awful. So just move away from it, man. Just don't play the deck. Yeah, didn't like it. Wouldn't recommend. Hope you guys enjoyed that. See you next time.